Hello, 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 and welcome back to the 3i video series, in-depth insight and information. For this episode, I will be showing you some tips that will help you on your quest for the M.O.A.B, as well as improve your overall gameplay. This is a game of domination on Dome. Now, as soon as the game started, you saw that I ran straight towards the A domination point. That is because that is where the enemy team is going to spawn on the map Dome. As you saw, I ran in and got 3 kills as they were going for B. Then, knowing that since I killed them when they were trying to go get B, that they were going to come back, I ran back down the hallway, back to A, and if my teammate hadn't gotten both those kills, I would have killed them again. When you're going for a M.O.A.B, the opening to a game is very important. Now, you don't have to get the M.O.A.B immediately without dying. If you watch the previous video to this one in Interchange, I actually died like 5 times before I actually went on a big kill streak. But still, the opening of the game is very important to demoralize the enemy team before they even have a chance to get started. It kind of sets the tone for the game, which is probably why they made the Predator missile very weak right in the beginning of a round, say capture the flag, because in Modern Warfare 2 you could potentially take out an entire team right at the beginning of the round. Now, I zoomed out there to show how I was using the Humvees and that wall right there to kind of guard my flank and not have to worry about a certain direction. Like, you can see to my left is the tank right beside me, so I don't have to watch that way because I know we have B, so the likelihood that somebody is going to come from B to kill me is very slim. And I'm pointing towards A, but as you can see, I don't walk out to the opening in the fence right there because of the potential to be shot in the right side. If you are planning on getting the M.O.A.B, one thing that may help you is if you play a game in your preferred map and game type, which I suggest Domination, then go into Theater and watch that game in an overhead. That will help you learn the spawns in the game, the routes enemy takes to the different flags, and just the map layout in general. As a matter of fact, CallOfDutySeries.com has a overview for every map in every Call of Duty, which can help you learn routes and just the map characteristics in general. Now, when going for the M.O.A.B or any high kill streak at all, you have to consider risk versus reward. Everything that you're doing should be based off the risk and the reward for taking that risk. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, I definitely encourage team play. It's the team first. Never sacrifice your team or the winning the game just to get your M.O.A.B. You should always put the team first. But if, like here, in this game, your team's already pretty much dominating and doesn't seem to be having any trouble defending the 2 domination points you need to win, then actually going and killing the enemy, it becomes a strategic part of the defense of those flags. Now, you need to make sure that if you are playing with a team, that it's understood what you're doing and you don't have 2 people going for that at the same time and thus compromise your defensive positions. Now, in talking about the risk versus reward, it would be very, very risky to go try and take that A domination point because the reward for taking that wouldn't be hardly anything at all because we are already holding 2 points and we don't need that 3rd. And if you were to take that point, then it would mess up the enemy spawn. That's what I was talking about earlier in going back and looking at where the enemy spawns, because that is highly important when you are going for a M.O.A.B or just trying to improve your gameplay in general. Now, I went back into spectator mode here to show how the enemy is spawning and the importance of positioning yourself not only in response to their spawn points, but to control their spawn points as well. Now, as you saw there, I was just barely able to get that M.O.A.B before I died. And the reason that I died was because my teammates had pushed all the way into their spawn and taken that A domination point, which then in turn caused the enemy to start spawning behind me, and messed up my whole strategy in general, because as I was saying, it was all based off of where the enemy's spawning, and you have to know that in order to get high kill streaks. That's why I suggest the game type domination, because I've seen a lot of guys say that kill confirmed is the best, but kill confirmed is a lot like team deathmatch in that there's no set spawn, and it's very difficult to nail down exactly where the enemy is going to be coming from, because I've had the enemy spawn right behind me many times and kill confirmed, and it's extremely frustrating for me. Now you can see that since my teammates took the A position, then they spawned at B and took B. But now that I know where they're spawning, I'm able to kind of get my bearings again as far as where the enemy is spawning. Now, I almost totally missed that guy right there. The only reason I saw him actually was because he showed up on UAV, and it's very fortunate for me that he was AFK. But something you need to always be keeping in mind while playing is, even if you're rushing with like submachine gun, shotguns, it doesn't matter what you're using, you need to always be positioning yourself in the place of advantage. As you can see, I'm attacking the enemy dom point here. I'm still positioning myself behind the Humvee right there, which gives me an advantage over the enemy team as they are coming from their spawn. And as I'm running through there, I'm using that little outcropping of cinder block traffic barriers, so that in case I am surprised by an enemy coming through there, I still have the advantage of position and cover. I think that the term rushing can be misleading, and a lot of people tend to think that it just means to blindly run at the enemy and trust your reflexes to win your battles. But your better players still use patterns, pathways, and strategy, and are constantly updating those strategies as circumstances change within the game. Be sure to head over to CallOfDutySeries.com. They are doing a free giveaway each week until Christmas. Last week's prize were the Mad Catz Triton AX120 gaming headset, which is a very good headset, and it is not currently public what the next week's prize is, but I'm sure it will be something of comparable quality. All you have to do to enter to win these prizes is register and answer the question of the week at CallOfDutySeries.com. This week's question is simply, what platform do you use to play Modern Warfare 3? So be sure to head over there and check them out at www.callofdutyseries.com. As always, remember that respawning is for entertainment only. Our men and women of the military are really out there fighting for our freedoms, and when they die, it is truly a loss. If you liked this episode, be sure to leave me a comment below letting me know, and be sure to like it and subscribe so that we can bring you more tips and strategies on the Call of Duty series. That is going to wrap up this episode of 3i. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, you can go to callofdutyseries.com and post them in the forums, or you can email me at rez@callofdutyseries.com. You can also follow me on Twitter for updates on new videos, username RezBands, and while you're there, go ahead and follow callofdutyseries.com for all the new information on the Call of Duty series. Thanks for watching, and God bless.